The Yellow Castle, released in 1978, has now become one of the most iconic LEGO sets of all time. This is apparent through its high resale price of $6,000 sealed, making it a true collector's item among nostalgic fans. But why has it become so expensive, and how did it become an infamous part of LEGO history? LEGO began its Legoland theme in 1969, with a key focus on categorizing a large number of sets, such as city buildings, aircraft, and even spacecraft. However, the introduction of the minifigure that we all know and love today resulted in a major restructuring of the Legoland line. Besides a rebrand from the all-white box to the more familiar blue on yellow, there was a mass introduction of new sets, which were all organised into either castle, town, or space, with each representing either the past, present, or future. Legoland then became an umbrella term to house the three themes and each of their future sub-themes. The castle theme's initial release contained only one set, the Yellow Castle, which was set number 375, and it was released in Australia, the UK, Europe, and Canada. 3 years later in 1981, an identical version with a set number of 6075 was released in the USA. The set was designed by Daniel August Krentz, an American born in 1937, who was also the first designer to be hired from outside Denmark. After discovering LEGO during college, he began creating MOCs that caught the attention of Samsonite, the US distributor of LEGO at the time. His creations were then used as display models to boost sales, which then caught the attention of the LEGO headquarters in Billund, leading to his recruitment. His love and passion for building allowed him to create a playable and imaginative environment with every set, which was exactly what the Yellow Castle needed. With 767 pieces, it was by far one of the bigger and more impressive sets of the 70s, and it also included a few simple play features. One of its most notable ones is its ability to split open, presenting a very empty interior. Despite this, it provides access to both the inside and outside of the build in a clever way. The other major play feature is the main door, which utilised a winch and string to create a drawbridge. And at the other end, there are a set of double doors that swing open, offering another entry into the courtyard. Around the walls of the castle, a simple platform system was included for figures to stand on. Paired with the 3 towers, the knights can be placed all over the castle in a defensive position or be hidden underneath. Also, the subtle greebling on the main window is a nice reminder of how far LEGO has come design-wise. But the most notable aspect of the castle is that it's bright yellow. Back in the 70s, LEGO didn't have as many colours as they do today, mainly due to Godfrey Kurt Christensen's resentment towards creating grey bricks, as he believed that kids might make military tanks or other violent creations associated with war. The Yellow Castle wasn't focused on looking good, but its colour scheme has helped it become one of the most recognisable sets from their earlier years. However, it should be noted that its goal was to create as much playability as possible, which it did. This was made possible through its 14 minifigures, which included the Castle Knight Blue, Knight, Knight Red, Knight Red Cavalry, Castle Knight Black, Knight Black Cavalry, Knight White, and the Knight White Cavalry. Because minifigures debuted this year, the Yellow Castle made sure to make a lasting impression with its wide selection of minifigures and their accessories, which was considered a lot at the time. Many of these LEGO elements have been used for years on end in other sets across the brand, such as the footmen's helmets, axes, swords, lances, and shields. Some of the knights' helmets even included movable visor pieces with eye slits, which in my opinion are some of the best looking pieces LEGO have ever produced. Sadly, they only appeared in 4 sets and were never seen again after 1984, likely due to how flimsy they were. But this wasn't the only design feature that didn't last long. The brick-built horses, which LEGO replaced as moulded elements in 1984, were made of slopes and simple pieces. This was a creative idea, and it got the job done. But I'm glad they replaced them, as we can all agree that the moulded ones are much better. Another interesting feature is the introduction of factions. Each figure is dressed in either blue, red, yellow, or white, alongside the matching coat of arms on either their breastplate or shield. Probably the only issue with this set was the use of stickers for the unnamed factions, and with every single figure having multiple, they add up quite quickly. LEGO eventually created the two most infamous factions, the Crusaders and the Black Falcons, which drove the theme from 1984 to 1992. Thanks to the work of Krentz, Set 375 is a fond memory for LEGO fans all over the world. Not necessarily because it was the first castle set, but because it was done right. By laying the foundations with multiple basic ideas such as the knights, factions, and the play features, the castle theme developed a key focus on storytelling, which other themes of the time sorely needed. Castle dominated as one of LEGO's greatest themes for over 30 years until its end in 2013. But none of it would have been possible without the Yellow Castle, and that's exactly why it's still being referenced by LEGO over 40 years later. It appears as a small build in 60 years of the LEGO brick, 90 years of play, the LEGO House's Tree of Creativity, and in day 13 of the Gingerbread House Advent Calendar, which was a promotional gift for LEGO employees. It also has slightly more depth in the Natural History Museum modular, where it's shown as part of a historical exhibit, and the 90th anniversary Walmart exclusive, which has terrain around it. Even the City of Lanterns set from the Monkey Kid theme contains a sticker of the set on a store shelf. And on the Nexo Knights TV show, episode 6 of season 1 titled The Golden Castle shows some of the original Yellow Castle Knights and the castle itself. The CMF line also contains multiple references across a few different minifigures. The Series 13 King and the Series 15 Queen both have biographies that reference the castle. The King states that he's already recruited 14 brave and loyal knights, and by working together, they have constructed a fine golden castle. It has battlements, and a flag, and a drawbridge, and everything. While the Queen's biography mentions upgrading her golden castle with the King, it's more focused on the castles that came after the original, and the creation of the two original factions after they split their kingdom in half. Fast forward to Series 23, and the child in Knight's costume has the original Yellow Castle emblem on both her armour and shield, with her gold visor and pink feather also matching the original colours. While in Series 22, the Troubadour has some gold coins with the Yellow Castle crest on them. These coins also appeared in Series 3 of the Disney CMF with Prince John, and other sets such as Eldorado Fortress and the Lion Knight's Castle, which has multiple other references as well. On the wall of the dining table, 3 of the 4 shields from the Yellow Castle are hanging, paired with a quote from the instruction booklet. What a lovely shade of pink. Yon heraldry from days of yore reminds of a simpler time. And in another room, there's a miniature scale Yellow Castle, also paired with a quote stating, "What a beautiful curio, doth remind of a castle from generations ago."